my peepers, welcome to Shalene's Creativity Room. It is Wednesday, January 10th. What's going on today? It's my dad's birthday today. He is 81. There is no other birthdays today as far as crafting community. Nope. Okay. Weather. Right now it's 38, feels like 29. Today is a high of 39 and a low of 31, so we're pretty much where it's supposed to be. Oh, and it looks like we've got wind again starting this afternoon. Nice. Yeah, we still have a wind advisory. Snow along with gusty winds at times. Winds west at 25 to 35 miles per hour. Chance of snow 100%. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour. Let's see what the wind advisory says. Wind advisory remains in effect until 7 p.m. this evening. Southwest winds 30 to 40 miles per hour with gusts up to 50. Well, I went to bed last night around 11, I think it was. Was it? I don't remember. And when I let the dog out, it was not windy anymore. It had died down. So I must have picked it back up again. Okay, today's National Day. Save the Eagles Day. Save the Eagles, and not the Philadelphia Eagles, the eagle that flies. Yes, we need to save them. They're beautiful creatures. Today is a wisdom quote. We are healed of a suffering only by experiencing it to the full, by Marcel Proust. Today's words of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day. Today's first word is mediate. As an adjective, 1, involving an intervening agency, not direct or immediate, or 2, being in a middle position. As a verb, to act as an intermediary to resolve a conflict, bring about a solution, etc. 2, to divide into 2 parts. The other word of the day,
surfeit.
Surfeit. Noun, an excessive amount of something, or as a verb, cause someone to desire no more of something as a result of having consumed or done it to excess. 2, consume too much of something. Okay, and today's horoscope for Aries. Some unexpected changes could happen today. You could find yourself confronting the prospect of having to get used to some new and totally state-of-the-art equipment that you've never used before. Don't panic. You'll do fine. You'll be a real whiz once you get used to it. Try to focus your mind on this for now and learn as much as you can. You can do it. Okay, fortune cookie. Worry does not beget change. Okay. And let's do this before we talk about any news breaks. So, how did we do yesterday? So we listened to the podcast, Lore. I'm hoping I have time today. I should. Podcast, Lore, And it was episode 8, The Castle. The Castle. I finished it. So I'm going to put it down for last night. I finished Arrows and Apologies by Sav R. Miller. Okay, it was really good. And there's 2 more books, so I'm going to start one of those tomorrow and hopefully finish it as well. Yeah, I have to show you something I got in the mail too. Okay, I stitched on Hade Astrology Cat. And I put in 202 stitches, and I used it for the daily 30. I also stitched on Hade Rosie, and I put in 59 stitches. I worked on the Hade stocking. And I put in 105 stitches. And I stitched on Halloween Quaker, and I don't know how many stitches because it's a paper pattern. Halloween Quaker. Okay, did not watch General Hospital, so I gotta, let me do that first. Because of the winds, we lost power for an hour yesterday, so it went out at 20 after 1 in the afternoon, and it came back on at 20 after 2. Now, General Hospital for me starts at 2 o'clock. So I had already missed 20 minutes, and I didn't want to miss it because there's been a lot going on. So I forgot that last night I was going to watch it before I went to bed. I totally forgot. So, I should watch it today. I should be able to. Yeah. Okay. I did watch some YouTube. So I watched Jen's World of Stitches and Stitching with Sandy, and Sandy's with an I. Stitching with Sandy. I got great feedback from my cross-stitch friends that they like the idea of doing Whip Wednesday during cross-stitch weekend. So, yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, before I go on to the news break, I do have something to show you. My friend Kaya decided to make a few of us that were doing the Hade Stitch-along some needle minders. So, and to match what project we're doing. So I'm doing this astrology cat. Doing the astrology cat. And so I knew I was getting that. And she's like, when you get your package, do not open it until I'm in Zoom. So I let her know I have the package. I have no clue why I have to wait, because she gave everybody else theirs. So I get my package. Now, those of you that have been watching my channel from the beginning probably remember my cats from the past that have passed away. They've all taken turns being in my live streams and my videos. Well, she took some pictures of my cats that were online and she made them into needle minders. So I have Allie, which I still have. But if some of you remember Ruby and Molly. Now, Corey always used to say she was going to steal my Molly. Molly used to love to be in the live streams and the videos, and she used to sit there and meow. And Ruby was my little love bug. Not as bad as Zoomer, but she was with me a lot. Just not, she didn't snuggle up under my chin, but she always had to be where I was and be with me. So, needless to say, seeing them and the needle minders, yeah, I'm going to lose it again, and the thoughtfulness that went behind it, I greatly appreciate it. I was not expecting that at all. Allie I still have. She's Scott's cat. She was my sister-in-law's, and I took her in when I took Blitz. Most of you remember Blitz. She was Blitz's sister, but from a different litter. But they had the same mom. She's Scott's cat. So, yeah. But Molly and Ruby. Molly was at the, what's the store? PetSmart? I don't think it's PetSmart. Petco. She was at Petco. They had cats in the cages for the pet shelter. And I happened to be in there with Dylan, and his girlfriend at the time was Shelby. And I fell in love with this little face. She came running to the cage, the front of the cage, and she was meowing at me. She caught my eye. Now, I already had 4 cats. You know, so I'm like, I'm sorry, kitty. I have a lot of cats. And at that time, I did not have these 2. So, you know, after a couple days, you know, and I kept talking about her, Scott says, go get her. Since it was early evening, I decided to, because you had to adopt her through the animal shelter, I decided to email them. And I told them, you know, I have a dog, I have 4 cats, who the vet is that I use for a vet, and I would love to adopt this sweet little girl. I heard back with them within 2 hours, because usually there's like a 2-day waiting period for background check. I was approved right away, so I got to pick her up the next day. So I got home. She was in her little carrier. I put the carrier on the couch, and the dog at the time was a dog like Daenerys. He was a Shepherd Rottie mix. He was not a barker like Daenerys is. Very well-behaved dog. She's a good girl, but he was like the best dog we ever had. So he went to stick his head in her carrier, and I'm like, I don't know what she's going to do. You might lose your face. She came out purring and rubbing up against his face. I'm like, okay. Now, I was told she was 4 years old, which at the time of her death would have put her maybe around 14. I'm thinking she was older because she went downhill like really quick and stopped eating. We ran all kinds of blood work. We ran x-rays. We could find nothing wrong with her. The vets are like, we're stumped. I think it was just her age. I think maybe she was a little bit older than we were told. This is my sweet Ruby. Ruby was Dylan's cat when he went to school in Pennsylvania. He went to UTI, which is an automotive school. And him and 2 kids that he graduated with had decided to rent a house. They rented the top part of the house, I believe. Yeah, the top part of the house. They were allowed to have cats. So they got Dylan's friend back here had a litter of kittens, and so Dylan fell in love with her. So he took her back to the house. When Thanksgiving break came, Dylan came home. He brought her with him because she couldn't be left alone that whole time. And he'd drive back and forth. It was a 6-hour drive. He drove back and forth a lot on the weekends. He came home almost every weekend because his girlfriend at the time lived here, which was a different girlfriend that he had when I got her. So he went back home during Thanksgiving break, and his 2 roommates had dropped out of school. So he has no way to pay for the apartment all by himself. So he's like, I don't know what to do, Mom. I need to drop out. I'm like, you're not dropping out. We'll find something. I said, the school told you they will find roommates for you when you first move down there. I said, so check it out. Check out. They have a bulletin board. Check it out. Well, he ended up finding a roommate who was allergic to cats. So Dylan's like, I'm going to take her to a farm and drop her off. And I said, no, farmers do not like that. Just, are you coming home this weekend? He said, yes. I said, just bring her. Now, he used to drive. When he didn't have a car, he was between cars. He would ride with a guy that lived 2 hours from my house. And so he would ride with him, and Scott and I would go down to Bath and pick him up. So he brought her home that weekend, and he told me, you're not going to like her. She climbs curtains. She terrorizes people during their sleep. He says she roughhouses. She will get on your counters. She was the sweetest thing. She climbed my curtains once. I patted her little behind and told her no in a stern voice. She never did it again. She never got on my counters, and she never woke me up. In fact, she turned into this little cuddle bug that would lay upside down on and let me just rub her belly till she fell asleep. So the next time Dylan came home was like 2 weeks later. She wanted nothing to do with him, and he's like, what did you do to my cat? I said, she's mine now. She was my baby, like Zoomer is. I carted her all around. She was always with me when I was reading a book. Molly was too. These 2 were always with me. Her more than Molly. And I miss them dearly. She was 10 years old. She got cancer when she passed away. So I didn't get as many years as I would have liked to. So for me to get something like this from a friend as a gift, thank you. That's all I can say, because I'll start bawling again. Okay, what do we got for news? Genesee County, which is the county I live in, Board of Directors to consider a $15 million market rate housing development in the town of Batavia, where Justin lives. Where in Batavia? That's what I want to know. Assemblyman Stephen Hawley Drive. I don't know where that is. I don't know where that is. Okay. Let's see. Say goodbye to plastic bottles in New York State. The days of drinking water, soda, pop, or juice from a plastic bottle may be over soon in New York State after a recent report about their safety. There seems to always be some sort of discussion about the future of plastic bottles here in New York, whether it is about a lawsuit aimed at drink manufacturers like Coca-Cola or about the increase in the price of deposit or the fears over their safety. You have to wonder if New York State wants them gone altogether. The latest fear that has been unlocked is due to what is inside the plastic that makes up the bottle. Average plastic bottle contains 240,000 nanoplastics particles. So yeah, that's what's going on here in New York. Nothing new. Nothing new with Hochul. She wants to take away everything. We might as well live in paper houses. Oh wait, there might be something wrong with paper too. We're going to find out we can't have anything paper. Everything's going to be electronics. Yeah, no more papers, nothing. Strong winds knock out power to thousands in western New York. The windstorm that started to blow through western New York on Tuesday and brought hurricane-force winds with it, leaving its mark on the 716 as the storm continues for a second day. The 716 is an area code, which is Buffalo. I don't have 716. While winds are expected to slow down some for the peak gusts that western New York saw yesterday, the winds are still likely to be quite extreme, causing the National Weather Service to issue another wind advisory. So, yeah. I know my parents were out for 5 hours last night. They had just gotten my dad's portable oxygen tank hooked up when it came on. Breaking news. House Oversight Committee debates contempt of Congress resolution for Hunter Biden. Watch live. Gone too soon. Heart-wrenching loss for Simone Biles' family revealed by sister-in-law. Simone Biles and her family share a wholesome bond of togetherness and strength. The closely knit family, Simone Biles' sister-in-law, Sammy Biles, recently shared a somber update with her followers. In a heartbreaking update, Sammy Biles revealed that she suffered her third miscarriage in 4 years and had to bid an emotional farewell to another unborn child. This comes after Sammy revealed in June last year that she lost her second unborn baby in 2022, who suffered from several complications. That's sad. Another breaking news. John Mulaney and Olivia Munn make their red carpet debut after 3 years together. I don't know who they are. Headlines. Whoopi Goldberg walks off The View set during awkward conversation about foot fetishes. She temporarily walked off the set of The View when her co-host began talking about foot fetishes. Okay. News break. Are you enjoying these news breaks? School closed after roof damaged in storm. Pupils have been unable to return from the Christmas break after their secondary school was damaged by Storm Hank. King James Academy in Royston, Hertfordshire was closed to years 7 to 11 because of a damaged roof that led to flooding. So yeah, that's a different country. New York. I know, I get news breaks a lot. Tens of thousands without power after damaging winds blow through the region. National Grid and New York State Electric and Gas are reporting more than 60,000 outages across the region. A number of schools are closed Wednesday because of the power outages. So as of 10 a.m. today, there is still a lot. Nothing in my county. We're all good. Everything around by me is fine. Although where my sister lives, it looks like they might not have power. Local news. Black man who spent 44 years in prison before he was exonerated gets a record $25 million settlement. A black North Carolina man who spent 44 years in prison after he was wrongfully convicted of raping a prominent white woman has been awarded a historic $25 million settlement more than 3 years after he was exonerated. Ronnie Lawn, 68, settled his civil lawsuit with the city of Concord, about 25 miles northeast of Charlotte, for $22 million. Good for him. Yeah, wind advisory issued January 9th at 10:45 p.m. until January 10th at 7 p.m. Boeing CEO says company needs to acknowledge mistake as 737 MAX 9s remain grounded. Selena Gomez reveals what she actually told Taylor Swift at Golden Globes. After Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez were seen chatting at the Golden Globes, the Wolves singer shared exactly what the pair were discussing, and it wasn't Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift weren't talking shit for the hell of it. After the besties were photographed having a juicy conversation at the Golden Globes, fans began speculating what the pair were gossiping about. One theory? Okay, so what really went down? I told Taylor about 2 of my friends who hooked up, Selena commented on E! News. Not that that's anyone's business. Melania Trump's mother dies at the age of 78. Actor Aiden Canto dead at 42. Let's see, who is he? Okay. Actor and musician Aiden Canto, who was perhaps best known for his roles in Fox's The Cleaning Lady and ABC's Designated Survivor, died on Monday at the age of 42. The Mexican-American actor, who also had a music career, he died on Monday after a private battle with cancer. Yeah, I get reading a lot and then I need water. A 98-year-old man dies after being hit by 86-year-old driver, deputies say. This is from the South Florida Sun-Sentinel. While he was walking on his street west of Boynton Beach, according to deputies. George Fortier was walking west on the inside of a right-hand curve in the road where he lived shortly before 3:30 p.m. and as an 86-year-old man driving a 2010 Mercedes-Benz was driving east and struck Fortier as he negotiated the curve. New York State electric and gas crews are responding as strong winds impact western New York. Several injured, none killed in RV park destruction. In Alabama, early Tuesday morning, an RV park was destroyed near Marianna after a tornado touched down in northern Jackson County. According to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, 7 people were transported to local hospitals with minor injuries and no fatalities have been found. Matthew Perry death probe finally concluded 3 months after actor found unresponsive. If it's going to bring it up. Sometimes, there it is. Officers say the probe into the Friends actor's death was concluded after officials ruled his death an accident from the acute effects of ketamine. The 54-year-old was found at his home. Matthew struggled. We all know that. Toxicology reports have revealed the Friends star had substantial amounts of ketamine in his system. The drug is a powerful anesthetic used in hospitals. It's often abused recreationally. The actor had been undergoing ketamine infusion therapy for depression and anxiety in the lead up to his death. His last treatment was a week and a half before his death. Okay. Driver fleeing police fatally crashes into parents of 6 kids on date night, Michigan cops say. I'm just going to read some of these. Anything else? Nope. Steve Burton returns to General Hospital, which I knew that. He plays Jason Morgan. After real-life soap opera unfolds off-screen, which I know that too. So he was married for many years to his wife, and they had 3 kids. And he separated from his wife in 2022. She ended up pregnant with another guy's child, so they are now divorced. And she's now pregnant again with child number 5, and Steve Burton is not the father of that either. Beloved family restaurant closing in the South Towns. Rolling Hill Restaurant is closing. I don't know where that is. I don't know that. That's about it. Oh, Food Network host. Who watches Food Network? This is from TMZ. Food Network's Darnell Ferguson, busted for felony strangulation, burglary, faces several misdemeanors. Wow. Really? Carmen Electra, remember her? She was back. We heard a lot from her back then. Carmen Electra wants to be known by a different name, although it's actually one you're probably very familiar with. The actress model just filed legal docs obtained by TMZ signaling to a court that she wants her birth name, Tara Lee Patrick, to be formally changed to Carmen Electra. Well, so I guess she wants that to be she wants her stage name to be her real name. I don't know why. What's wrong with her name? I don't get it. And one more. This is the last one. Bill Clinton hanging with Gavin Newsom in Mexico after named in Epstein docs. Yeah, CA Governor Gavin Newsom spent last week at a swanky resort in Mexico not long after Bill was named in the docs regarding Jeffrey Epstein's infamous past. Okay, so that is it for today for news breaks. Yep. I got stuff in my cart. Oh, she gave me 50% off. Sale. Cool. So I just bought a printable reading journal for $1.99, and there's a lot of pages. Because I wanted to do something with reading. Okay. And I got it for $1.99. Thanks for your order. Okay, cool. So that is it for today. I did not have breakfast because I didn't get up till 10 o'clock. I woke up at 2:30 roasting. I'm like, okay. And when I'm roasting, I can't fall back to sleep. So I got up, went to the bathroom, let the dog out. It was 2:30. That's what time it was. It was 2:30. Came in here. No, I went in the family room. I finished the book I was reading. And then I came in here and I was watching reels on Facebook. Yep, until 6 o'clock. Then I went back to bed. So I got up at 10. So I figured I'll wait till lunchtime and then I will eat. There should be a Stitch with Me tonight. That's going to depend on the wind, if we have power or not. Today I am coloring during my Zoom. I cleaned off my table. So I will be coloring. I'm not sure yet which thing that I'm coloring, but I will be coloring. So I will see you guys all tomorrow. You all have a great day. Love you guys. Bye-bye.